So I just had a realization today that I think will change the way that we manifest forever. At least I know it will change the way that I manifest. So the big realization that I had today is the fact that the words, the way that we manifest, like the form that you put it into, the affirmations, the do this, do that, this technique, that technique, none of it ever really mattered. None of it. The only thing that ever really mattered was the movement of energy. It was the movement of energy, just like breathing or the waves when the tide goes in and out. The only thing that needs to happen is that natural process, is the process becomes easy. It's not one that has resistance. Because think about it, if you were to hold your breath, that would be uncomfortable. And then finally, when you go to breathe again, you would have to take huge gulps of air, right? Versus if you would just consistently breathe, were to breathe, there'd be no problem, right? Just like if you were to expel all the air from your lungs, the same thing, you would need to take a huge breath right after. So, long story short, our body has always known what to do. And it's always been there for us. When we've had desires, when we've wanted things, the only thing we had to realize was that the intention underneath our words is already there. The knowing is already there before the words. You already knew what you wanted before you said anything about it, before you explained it. You are literally using words to explain something to yourself. You are watering down your own energy with words by breaking this energy that's like a wave into droplets of water with words. You're taking this energy and breaking it into pieces. But if you leave this energy alone, it comes back together as one again. It becomes water, just water. And the way that you express that, because normally we are out here, we say a bunch of terms, we're affirming robotically over and over and over, something like that. But in actuality, all we needed to do was just express the energy. The energy just needs to move in and out. And then what happens, this is the most insane part of it all, is that the energy or the intentions that you have that are just knowings, right? Because again, you already know what you want, right? You know what you want, you know what you desire. Like you said it a million times in your head, like you already know what you want. You didn't even need to say it, but you know it. And so those intentions are ingrained into the words that you speak. When you speak out loud, it doesn't matter what words you're saying. It doesn't matter what you do to release the energy. All that matters is that those knowings or intentions are ingrained into the words. It's like they're encoded. People talk about light language or something. It's the emotion. The emotion is the language. It underlies the words. You can think of it kind of like a subliminal. So when you're speaking out loud, it doesn't matter what the heck you're saying. Behind those words that you're saying is the real truth of who you are. And the thing is, no matter how many times you want to say fake words or something, the real truth is underneath them. You can't lie to yourself. And so if you just let yourself speak in your head, speak out loud, however the heck you want to speak, then what will happen is you will naturally move energy. You will naturally allow it to flow. And your true intentions will be able to manifest because you allow yourself to desire. You allow yourself to want. You allow yourself to be. You allow yourself to be whatever the heck you are. And this is truly you being in alignment with nature. Think of it like you finally allowing yourself to be kind of like an animal in nature, which is basically, when they have built up energy inside, what do? They release it, as in you can get angry, you can yell, you can cry, you can scream. Like, it's being human, honestly. That's all it is. It's just expressing the emotion because you have to allow it to move. And again, if you try to break it up into little pieces and express it that way, that's what you're doing. You're breaking your energy into pieces. So it's going to take much longer to get out if you're breaking it into all these little sections and all these little rules. And then what happens is usually your body wants to fight you anyways because it's frustrated because it can't get out the stuff it wants to get out. If you just let it all come out at once by, doing a physical action, like going to the gym, work out, move your body, dance around the room, say gibberish, like do anything to move the energy. This is why people talk about doing these like rants or, what they call that? Like people rant out their affirmations or something. Rampage, I think is what Sammy Ingram used to call it. So if you do that, the reason it works is because you're releasing energy. And people manifest all the time after they had a big cry or something. It's because all your body wanted to do was release the energy so that the underlying intentions in that energy can come out into the world. Because I've said this before in my other videos, what happens with energy is that words are basically taking energy, bringing it into form, and then when you release that word, that intention, it drops back into a wave once again. It becomes one with everything once again, which is words turn into emotion. You can also look at this in the example of an hourglass, the hourglass shape, or the shape of X, as in the feminine shape, XX. You can see it as it has this wide opening, then something becomes squished down into a word. That's language. That's what we use as physical language. And then it becomes expanded again back into emotion. That's what's happening all the time. We take in energy, put it into words, release it again as emotion. That's all we're doing again and again. But the thing is, you never even needed words itself. It was a natural process. This is why it worked even when you were a baby. It's a natural process because you yourself are the word. And it says it in the Bible. You know, like God was the word, he was with the word. It says something like that, right? Because you yourself are the vessel. You don't even need words. It comes through you. Everything moves through you. All you need to do is move energy. I hope this is making sense because this is life-changing. What this really means is all you need to do is just be yourself and allow yourself to want what you want, desire what you want. But the thing is, the only thing you need to do is do whatever feels right to you. Don't force yourself to follow rules. Don't force yourself to do anything I tell you to do if it doesn't feel right to you. Listen to yourself. Express when you want to express. Speak when you want to speak. Talk in your head when you want to talk in your head. Talk out loud when you want to talk out loud. Say affirmations if you want to. Don't say them if you don't want to. Do whatever the heck feels right, because what matters is not the words that you're saying. The words don't matter at all. You could say potato a million times and you'd probably still manifest your desires as long as you're releasing energy. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the intention behind everything, and it's not even the intention as in like, oh, I'm like thinking this in my head. It's not like that kind of intention. It's the deep down knowing of what you truly desire, and that can't be erased, right? You know what you want. You don't have to put it into words. You don't need to explain it to anybody. And why you don't need to explain it to anybody is because it is you. You are the word. So you are the desire and the fulfillment in the same exact moment. There was never any explaining that needed to happen. We actually ended up creating almost like a third person by having words and language. That's how we get this in between. Words basically break up energy. They break it down. And then we put it back together again, over and over and over. We break ourselves down, we put it back together, break it down, put it back together. But you can basically skip over that step. Like, the thing is, we do this all the time. We'll still do this because you're still going to say words in your head. But the thing is, it's going to come from a place that's natural and it's not forced. Because when words are coming from a place that's natural and not forced, energy will move so much faster and so much more effortless. Think of it like I said earlier, like breathing, okay? Like I said, you don't think about how you have to breathe and you aren't like, oh, well, like I need to breathe this one specific way. Like, I mean, maybe some people do in meditation or something, which again, you don't have to at all. But like, maybe, you know, in your body, like think about all the things your body does all day long. And I said this earlier in a post on TikTok, your subconscious mind is 90 to 95% of your processes in your brain. Your logical mind is only 5 to 10%. You are walking on the surface when you're speaking with words. The words do nothing. It's the 90 to 95%, which is emotion, that does everything else. Words hardly have any impact, right? So anyways, long story short, all you want to do is just do what feels the most natural, that lets your body feel the best. So whatever lets your nervous system feel the best, whatever makes you feel the most relaxed. If you want to yell and scream, yell and scream. You can say things that are totally opposite to your desire. You can scream things like that you hate. You can do whatever the heck you want. As long as you allow energy to move, you'll be fine. Like, it's just getting to the point where you're letting go. Think of it like a diet where someone's been obsessed with, like, and again, trigger warning here, I'm just talking about diets, but it's like having someone who's been obsessed with dieting. They have to follow all these rules. They can't do anything outside their diet guidelines, and they get so obsessive where now they're like binge eating and then like, you know, throwing it up or something like this. Like, they're doing things that are not natural because they're forcing their body into something that's not right for it. That's what we're doing with words when we're trying to force these affirmations, force ourselves to follow rules. It's not natural. Nature never needed us to do this. Nature just wants to breathe. Like, the energy just wants to move through your body. That's it. And again, it doesn't matter the process. It's just that you move energy. Think of, like, for example, YouTubers that are doing amazing on YouTube, that have millions of views, that are so successful, that don't do anything in relation to manifestation. At least a lot of them don't. And they are just goofy. They play around. They do silly stuff. Like, and they're very high energy, a lot of them. And that's because they're moving energy effortlessly. And it's not to say that all day long you need to move energy and be active and do this, do that. No, what I'm saying is do what feels right for your body, because your body will tell you what it needs. Like, all you need to do is just be yourself. Like, whatever feels best to you, that's the right thing to do. It's like dropping every single rule that the outside world has ever told you and only listening to what feels good to you. I don't care what, like, any expert has ever said. Like, I don't even care what I say. Like, do what feels right to you. Because again, the emotion underlies the words. It doesn't matter what words you say. It doesn't matter how you express it. It doesn't matter how you say it in your head. It just matters that you're moving energy and allowing it to continue to move through your body. It's a process of expansion and contraction, just like breathing. It's a natural process, and it was always meant to be natural until we started constantly trying to control it and make it into something. Manifestation was never supposed to be hard. Just like in the Bible, it says you are with God was the Word and he was with the Word. The fulfillment and the desire happens at the exact same time. In the Bible, even, again, I don't even care if you don't read the Bible, it's fine. I don't even read the Bible all the time, but there's just some lines in it that I think are significant. Like when Jesus says, ask and you shall receive. He doesn't say affirm it nonstop over and over. He just says, ask and you shall receive. That's it. Like, if you want something, you can just ask and just know that, like, and that's the thing. You don't have to try and do anything specific. You don't have to, like, run in hoops. You don't have to over explain it to yourself, because it's you. It's you. You get you. You don't even need to put it into words. You can just have the knowing of it in your head. Like, you've had things happen in your life that you haven't even put into words before, right? Like, things that you've just, like, looked at and then all of a sudden show up in your reality even more. That's because it was just in your awareness. Like, you didn't even need the words. It was just going from emotion to emotion. And this is also, when people are talking about open contact, that's what open contact is. It's going from emotion to emotion without words in between. And I'm not saying don't say words ever again in your lifetime. I'm just saying that we don't need words even, because our knowing is so powerful. That's all that was ever needed, was just the natural process of ebb and flow in our life. Energetic release. Because again, think of animals. They don't have words. They just release through their barking or their loud noises that they make, through energy, through running. Like, and that's what we were meant to do as humans. If you go back, way back, that's what we did too. We were just animals that just existed. We just moved with nature naturally in these cycles. And that's all that we ever needed to do. And energy is natural. This feeling of, like, sadness and then anger or whatever, like, it's natural. The thing that was unnatural is words. And that's a thing that was never necessary. But it's just a way for us to describe reality. It's a way for us to, I don't even know. Like, the thing is, you don't even need it for form. Like, it's just because you are the form. You are the vessel that everything moves through. You're the one that crystallizes things. It's not even the words. So, anyways. I hope this makes sense. I hope this video comes across how I want it to come across, because I feel like it's so significant. And this is going back to the feminine energy, by the way, and also explaining the fact that the feminine energy was never just like this only silent, still energy. It's this energy that naturally moves up and down. It's basically like the heartbeat of the planet. You could say it like that. It's kind of like that. It's a thing that moves everything, and it never needed control. It never needed someone to form it. The masculine was here to observe the feminine, right? But it was never meant to overly control it. It was meant to just play with it, basically. I know that sounds really wrong, but, like, I mean, play alongside it is the best way I can put it, you know? But not to control it. So, yeah, hopefully hopefully this video helps someone, because I feel like this is a very big thing and I hope to talk about it in more videos. But leave your comments below, like, you know, if you don't understand. I also have my ebook. I don't even know, whatever. I don't even know where I'm going with this. Anyways, thank you for watching. Also, sorry, before I end this video, I actually wanted to add a side note and say that the reason that you like certain people's content on YouTube, or you keep watching certain people and you feel good around them, is because of their energy. It's the energy that underlies their words. It's not even the words themselves that you like. It's their inner being that you like about that person, is the vibe they give off, right? You can feel it when you walk in a room with someone. Like, you know whether you're going to like someone or not based on their vibe. It's not the words, because anyone could say anything to you, but it's the underlying feeling you get from that person, and that is the truth, and that is like, that's everything.